Lesson number 6, Interview Questions and Answers for Sales Professionals. Welcome back to the free interview skills course. This lesson covers sales interview questions from cold calling to quota attainment, CRM experience to enterprise selling. And I'll give practical STAR answers, negotiation lines, and closing statements you can adapt on the spot. Why this lesson matters. As a sales professional, hiring teams aren't just testing your charm. They want proven results, processes, and predictable ways you build pipeline and close revenue. We'll cover how to present sales metrics, demonstrate consultative selling, show leadership, and discuss commission and quota, all without sounding like a resume robot. What interviewers tests? Interviewers in sales almost always test your process, your numbers, your skills under pressure, your tools, your adaptability, your mindset. Frequently asked questions. Hiring managers need you to explain your sales wins. That's why they ask. Tell me about your biggest sale. How do you handle rejection? Walk me through your sales process. How do you hit quota? How do you handle objections? How do you coach reps? How do you forecast risk? How do you collaborate with marketing/product? Question 1. Tell me about your sales experience. Why they ask? They want context, territory, product, market, and impact. Winning sample answer. I've been in B2B SaaS sales for 6 years, owning a $6 million quota and managing a regional pipeline across finance and healthcare. In the past year, I closed 18 enterprise deals, increasing ARR by $1.2 million. My process blends consultative discovery, timely demos, and disciplined pipeline management. And I use CRM to forecast accurately each month. This frames your sales process, CRM experience, quota attainment, and revenue growth. Question 2. Describe your biggest sale, what they want, proof of closing skills, negotiation, cross-functional work. STAR answer example. Situation. An enterprise prospect had lengthy procurement timelines. Task. Shorten the cycle and secure the deal. Action. I mapped stakeholders, aligned the product demo to each team's success metrics, negotiated contract terms with flexible implementation milestones, and collaborated with product and legal. Result. We closed a $400K deal 30 days faster than forecast, contributing to question 3 quota attainment. Use numbers, timeline, stakeholder mapping, cross-functional collaboration. Question 3. How do you handle quota attainment and forecasting? Answer. I break the year into monthly and weekly target milestones, track pipeline by stage in CRM, and run one-to-one to move deals forward. I use conversion rates to forecast and always maintain a 25 to 30% pipeline buffer. If a gap appears, I ramp prospecting, adding qualified meetings to recover the shortfall. Shows pipeline management, forecast technique, and risk control. Question 4. How do you handle objections? Give an example. Tip. Use sample approach plus wording. Technique. Acknowledge, probe, reframe, close. For instance, when a prospect said price is too high, I acknowledged the concern, asked which budget constraints mattered most, reframed by tying the ROI to a specific cost-saving metric, and asked for the next decision step. That approach turned a stall into a signed deal. Use concrete objection and steps. Question 5. How do you handle rejection and bounce back? Tip. Use practical phrasing. I keep a short postmortem log. Why the deal didn't move, what I learned, and one action to test next. Rejection fuels better targeting, and I convert 15% of no's into future referrals by asking for feedback and staying helpful. Question 6. Walk me through your sales process. My process includes prospecting, discovery, demo, proposal, negotiation, close, and onboarding. At each step, I update CRM, use playbooks for objection handling, and measure KPIs like conversion percent, deal velocity, and ARR. Question 7. What CRM tools have you used and how? Tip. Showcase tools and process. Answer. I have used Salesforce and HubSpot to manage pipeline, automate outreach, and build reports. I create dashboards for forecast accuracy, set reminders for follow-ups, and use CRM data to refine prospecting lists. Question 8. How do you prioritize leads and manage territory? Answer. I focus first on leads that can bring the most yearly revenue, show quick results, and fit our target profile. I rank leads, review my territory each month, and spend more time on high-value clients while still keeping new prospects in the pipeline. Question 9. How do you upsell or cross-sell to clients? Answer. I look for extra needs in the client's business and show how our product can solve them. For example, one client needed better analytics. I showed the value, built a simple ROI case, and they added an extra $60K per year to their contract. Question 10. How do you prepare and excel in a role play or live demo? Tip. Mention research prospect. Use pain, solution, proof, and question. Answer. I ask their main challenge, show how we solve it, share a quick client story, and close with next steps. Example. Improve data accuracy by 40% in a similar case. Question 11. How do you show sales leadership and coaching skills? Tip. Show mentoring and results. Answer. I set KPIs, run weekly objection role plays, and share best practices. Example. 3 new reps I coached hit quota in 90 days. Question 12. How do you tailor your sales answers for SaaS, enterprise, or retail roles? Tip. Focus on the numbers that matter most in each role. Answer. For SaaS, I highlight ARR and churn. For retail, I talk about units sold and conversion. For enterprise, I focus on deal size and sales cycle. Example. I increased SaaS revenue by 25% and improved retail conversion by 18%. Question 13. How do you handle price negotiations with clients? Answer. When price is a concern, I give options instead of saying no. For example, I offered a client 2 choices, the full package or a phased rollout. They picked the phased plan, saw value quickly, and later expanded to the full deal. That way, I kept the deal alive and built trust. Question 14. What key sales results have you achieved in your previous roles? Tip. Mention percentages and numbers in currency. Answer. I consistently hit X% of quota, close deals averaging Y, and shorten the sales cycle by Z%. These results came from focusing on qualified leads, using consultative selling, and maintaining a disciplined pipeline review. Question 15. How do you build long-term relationships with clients? I focus on consistent follow-ups, sharing insights that add value, and being available when clients need support. For example, with one enterprise client, I checked in monthly with market updates, which built trust and led to repeat contracts worth XYZ over 2 years. More questions. How do you handle underperforming months? I analyze root causes, focus on high-impact activities, and adjust prospecting quickly. How do you forecast deal risk? I color-code the pipeline and review high-risk deals weekly. How do you collaborate with marketing? I share feedback, co-create ICP content, and track MQL to SQL conversion. Conclusion. Sales interviews test your process, results, and judgment. Use this lesson to sharpen star stories, quantify your wins, and rehearse negotiation and objection language. Prepare role plays, practice concise self-intro that highlights quota attainment, and always close with a result-focused next step reminder. Coming up next is Lesson 7, Interview Q&A for Marketing Professionals. Keep practicing these role plays and bring one real sales story to the next lesson. We'll refine it together. Thanks for watching. If this lesson helped, please like, share, and subscribe. Comment your biggest sales win below, and I'll show how to turn it into a winning interview story.